was ever a correct federal forum, it would be this case, the most fundamental right to life. She has never made a living will, so we just ask for a hearing before a federal judge. Why is that so contrary to the separation of powers? She's guaranteed the right to life under the 14th Amendment.
You already had your hearing. She already had the hearing. In the trial court, there was a factual finding that this is what the woman wanted. The husband testified and her best friend testified. A court made a decision, and you can't accept that decision, and that's dangerous to our court system, because what you want to do is relitigate this issue, and you can't do that and still preserve our way of government. It's offensive to our way of government.
Judge Greer also appointed himself, the state court trial judge, appointed himself as health care surrogate. This is her husband euthanized both cats the day after she collapsed, melted their rings together. No one's asking for a federal court to effectively, or the Congress to overrule what a state court trial judge has determined. We're merely, hey, we allow this to happen all the time with John Gacy and Ted Bundy. Before we execute, we give them a right to habeas corpus. Why is this?
The problem with your approach is you're personally attacking this gentleman rather than sticking to the process. You know, your chance at personally attacking him was court. If there were some ulterior motives, you should have brought that up at court. After the court makes its final judgment, you have to respect that decision, and you're not doing that, and that is dangerous for our country.
Well, what's dangerous is where we have a healthy woman who is not terminally ill. It is a crime in Florida to starve a dog, yet we allow this woman, as we speak, to lie there in excruciating pain where she only needs food and water. We're not talking about extraordinary medical treatment. A woman who never made a living will.
There's no evidence that she's going to suffer.
Schweitzer, if I could just interrupt you both here. Let's go over the proof that this is exactly what Terry Schiavo wanted.
Well, she had allegedly made a statement to her husband while watching a movie that she didn't want to be hooked up to life support. Now, at the time, Florida law didn't even include nutrition and hydration as in the definition of life support. So if we were going to be technical about things, Terry, had she had any aware or understanding of the law, know that didn't include nutrition and
Dorothy
hydration.
Timms, I'm getting the sense that you have more of a problem with the method of the food being removed from Terry.
Well, she's never even had a right to counsel. This whole process, her husband has had attorneys, her parents have been represented, but Terry Schiavo herself has never had a right to counsel. And where we're taking away fundamental liberties, she should at the very least be guaranteed the right to counsel.
Don Schweitzer, can you see that, do you think that U.S. Congress will have an influence from here? Or do you think the U.S. Supreme Court has the final word here?
Well, the U.S. Supreme Court has the final word, and it has stated what the law is, and that in the United States, people have the constitutional right to say, hey, I don't want medical attention, in this sort. If I want to die in peace, I want to die with dignity. That's a protected right. And no matter what the other side wants to do with regard to changing laws, there's a Supreme Court decision and a ruling as to what's constitutional. Now, let me say this. The people in the House of Representatives who are sending out subpoenas to a woman who's incapable of testifying are abusing the process of the government. And these are the same people who claim that there's too much government, there's frivolous lawsuits and people shouldn't be making these frivolous lawsuits, and that the feds shouldn't be going into the state. Well, guess what? Now they're on the other side of this, and it is intellectually dishonest, and it's dangerous, because these are our leaders, and they should be protecting our Constitution as much as anybody.
All right, Don Schweitzer, and I'm afraid we're out of time. Dorothy Timms, thank you both. A particularly heated debate here, there's no doubt to that. One thing it does resolve is that it's probably a warning to all of us to have a living will on this particular issue. Thank you both. All right, this story just